Most of the power outages are repaired now, but the demand still very high, and we are seeing some very frigid temperatures this week. For the latest on repairs and keeping the power needs of the Tennessee Valley going, I'm joined now by Scott Fiedler with TVA and Jed Marston with EPB. Thank you guys so much for joining us. We know it's been a very long and busy couple of days for both of you guys.
Good morning, Michelle. Thank you for having us. Good morning, everybody.
Yeah, so we'll start with you, Jed. So we're still talking about power outages in Hamilton County, Polk County. So kind of on the side of EPB's things, how is the response going?
Well, it's going very well. We do continue to have impacts from the storm or the extreme cold for this duration. We have about 730 customers out currently. The good news is that they have had power. We're having some additional impacts that we're working on right now. So these folks haven't been out the whole time, and we have crews working on all of them right now.
Okay, and this is kind of renewing, especially with kind of what we've seen happen in Nashville. It's renewing the conversation with some people saying, should we all go to underground power lines? What do you have to say about that?
Well, I wish we could. I wish it was that simple. We have actually undergrounded every new facility since the early 90s.
Okay.
So here we are almost 30 years later, and we still have about 3,850 miles of power lines that are above ground. So the challenge is with our rocky terrain, it's very expensive to underground lines. We underground all the new ones, and we're undergrounding old ones as well, but it would just be prohibitively expensive to underground them all.
Yeah, and I imagine you can't just snap your finger and they're all underground.
That is correct. And some of the most challenging terrains where we're seeing this, it would be very difficult, as you can imagine, on a mountain, to underground power lines and things of that nature.
All right.
So to put it in perspective, that's 3,800 miles of line. That's like digging a hole from New York to LA.
Wow, okay.
So think about it that way, is
Okay.
how much transmission system and power line system there is.
Yeah.
At TVA, we have over 16,000 miles. So if you sit at the Earth, at the equator, you would go over halfway around the Earth before you get to the end of our power line system.
Okay.
So lots of work to do there, so you just can't snap your finger.
Yeah. So Scott, kind of over the weekend, we talked about how this was kind of like a football game as far as like power demand and being done with this event. So where are we at in the game now?
Second quarter still. I mean, still. We were in the first quarter over the weekend. Fern was coming in. She has left, but that does not mean the work hasn't stopped. We are pushing hard. Very hard. We've got Middle Tennessee and West Tennessee, those transmission lines, those connection points open, but we're still having trouble in Mississippi. The problem is we just can't physically get to some of these locations because we just don't have, ice trucks and plows and things down here because we're south. We just don't normally get something like that. So physically getting to the transmission lines there is difficult. But full court press, we're doing ATVs, side-by-sides, chainsaws, we're bringing in the helicopters, we're flying people in. It's all about trying to get that highway system back up, and then JED teams and his fellow power companies will get to the house. So this is all about men and women, tens of thousands, working in freezing conditions, sub-zero wind chills, to get the power back on, and that is our focus. That's really, after today, we'll be in the third quarter where we're going to get really hard work getting those homes back up. As you guys were reporting, Nashville, thousands without power. Those crews are working 24/7. I watched them this weekend on Signal Mountain. High morale, high professionalism. I was out there talking to them. I mean, these men and women are working night and day for us. They're the true heroes.
Yeah, I think it really does highlight the dedication that these linemen and these folks have to their communities to protect them and try to get the power back on as quickly as possible.
Absolutely. That's our priority every time, is how can we do this as quickly and safely as possible? How can we make sure our customers have the power they need?
Yeah, so we certainly appreciate all of the work that both of the professionals from both of your entities have been doing, and we're not done yet.
No, we're the power team, but we're here for it.
We certainly appreciate it. Thank you guys so much for being on to talk about this with us.